outside. All of you. Mary, Marcus, Regalia, you're outside, and you're completely cognizant. You're absolutely sober. And you're actually more sober than you were when you went in. All three of you are just standing there. In the desert.
Regalia just fucking lets out a scream. Just like an anguished... I would do it if I didn't have neighbors, but 7 seconds straight of just ruining her vocal cords.
Well, where are we again?
You're just out in the waste, and there's a car in front of you.
We see Richard somewhere?
In the wastes?
No. Yeah, you're outside in the waste now.
Where's Allenheim?
It looks to be 8 miles behind you. You're just in the middle of nowhere.
How do I feel?
With a car. You feel fine.
Am I tired? Do I realize I walked 8 miles? Do I...
No, you feel pretty normal.
Foot tracks behind me?
There are tread marks that are rapidly being washed over.
The sand?
Yeah.
So does it look... Do I surmise that we have just been in a weird slipstream of consciousness, but we've actually walked here?
You didn't walk.
What I assume happened is
we got... You mean foot tracks or car tracks?
Sorry, tracks. Yeah, track.
Okay.
Tread tracks.
Okay. You ever seen a JoJo Austin? I think we got King Crimson.
You got King Crimson.
We got King, where basically the time we spent getting here was.
I know.
So yeah, there is a dune. Actually, there's an entire crawler in front of you. There are 5 jerry cans. Layla's right beside you. There are 5 jerry cans out front. There looks to be a crate, and there is a duffel.
Lucretia's not there though.
You look around.
Yeah, I'm assessing my situation after. You know what? No, she's not. She's fucking.
Yeah. Both Marcus and Mary, you can see that there is no.
I am. What's in front of me right now?
Yeah, the car. What I described. There are 5 jerry cans, a crate. There's a duffel bag.
So I'm thinking of is this a ripsaw?
No, this is a big dune crawler. This is a big segmented, heavy transport.
Is this the thing in the Hawk game?
Yeah.
Where I took down.
Where it had
where I was
guns.
Richter and
armored, segmented tread vehicle.
Okay, I'm gonna take some of the jerry cans, load them into the back. I am also looking to get into that pilot seat.
Yeah, there's no one in there.
All right,
the entire vehicle is empty.
What weapons are inside?
There's a duffel bag outside. There's no weapons inside.
No weapons inside the duffel bag?
No, there's no weapons inside the vehicle, but yes, there's a duffel bag outside. You open that?
I open up the duffel bag.
Yeah, there is a stockpile of sidearms rifles. There's a few grenade launchers.
What everyone else sees is just Marcus kind of kick switches into military mode, where it turns into there is a task there, and he's just quickly assembling the pieces.
There's a small disc on the sort of dashboard of the vehicle.
What do you mean by disc? Like a CD?
Yeah, there's sort of a replay disc. You would recognize this as the sort of old-fashioned tech that Jeremiah used. This is just like a sound plate where you carve. Imagine vinyl, but if it was metal. There's also a crate outside.
There isn't any sun spears or anything?
There is actually one in the passenger seat.
In the passenger seat?
Yeah.
Alright, that's... Alright, cool.
Sunlight spear.
Good to know.
And yes, it is just a lance, because you didn't... Wait, hold on. You would have specified an actual flamethrower, right? You did specify that?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry. Because what I said wasn't that, but... you specified it was a flamethrower. Yeah, there's your torch.
Okay. And
that's in the passenger seat.
What's inside the crate?
Rations. 2 weeks worth.
Okay, I'm putting the crate in the crawler, duffel bag, and between
Mary, how are you doing?
I'm basically fitting everything inside this crawler.
You are sober. Completely. Put the pog face up.
Sober pog.
Watching Marcus just absolutely snap to.
No, I'm just... We were teleported out here.
Yeah, you're just here now.
And the last thing he said, he was saying something about killing the demon.
Yes.
So my conclusion is that he's having us prepare to fight something.
Yeah, you were just given a squad's worth of weapons, rations, and fuel. And there's a small sound disc on the dashboard.
And who's around us?
Layla's with you. She seems to have just snapped out and what's going on? Where am I? What? Mary? What's going on?
I just got here too.
Looking over at Regalia and brief recognition. Where's the rest of the... Where's Hound? And Zion and Darlene?
Do you remember anything about...
There's
okay.
And Darlene is behind you. That's... Where? God, how did I get here?
You don't remember anything about...
No, we were...
Like...
we were going, and Lucretia said that she found a safe house, and... I don't remember anything.
How long ago was that in-game?
Day or two.
Like 3 days, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. That was like 3 days ago.
She looks a little surprised and concerned at that, and also, like, looking over at Regalia, and like... Is she okay? Is she good?
Okay. Move to think. I'm thinking about what I would want from this bag.
Also, the duffel bag had one of those business cards from Dexter in it.
Okay. So we're looking at...
Yeah, you have 5 jerry cans of fuel, 2 weeks worth of rations, and weapons and ammunition.
Is there a marksman rifle?
Yeah, there's a spear in there. Sorry, a pike.
Okay. Pike. I'm looking for something semi-automatic. I can still use it several hundred yards. Not several hundred yards, but
Oh, several hundred, yes, absolutely.
700?
No, like a standard infantry rifle can reach several hundred.
So okay, I just don't know guns that well.
A standard infantry rifle, you can reach to 250.
I'm not
easy.
looking for a sniper rifle. I shoot 3 miles. I'm looking for something I'm looking for semi-automatic, like an M1.
A spear, yes.
Cool.
That's what they're called. Their spears are sighted to 250 yards.
Cool. So I have that, and then you will see me. I leave that in my seat to my right, and I come around.
Yeah, you see.
To observe the group, what do I see? I have my...
What does he see? Is Regalia still doing the
What, like kneeling in the sand?
God, you haven't seen the movie. I was gonna say the fucking Mad Max.
Yeah, she's just on the ground on her knees, just.
What the fuck is that?
So what are we doing here? Where's the rest of the crew? Are they safe?
She's gonna walk over to the duffel bag.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a couple of squad infantry rifles. There's a machine gun in there.
Well, it looks like if I were to catch everyone up to speed, if you don't remember, Richard has given us the task to kill Damien, governor of Apentalis. My bad.
Actually corrected in universe.
Thank you. And we have been suggested to go and do that. I don't know about you,
I'm sorry,
but
we are killing a demon?
Damien, governor of Apentalis, that's all you have to think of him as. But...
We are killing... Yeah, alright.
And...
Yeah, she's down, bro. She doesn't even care.
Yeah, she just... Up to this, all she remembers is getting shot down. I'm sorry, who's this... Richard?
Richard is a fellow that we met here.
She is opening the bag and getting... fishing a pike out and, like, checking systems.
Alright. Regalia, how are you doing? After that. Not your, You're gonna be alright?
She stands up, sort of like wipes the side of her face that still has the capacity to cry. I think...
You don't have to think about it right here. If you want to climb in, take some time to breathe. Bust open some rations, eat a little bit.
Richard made a mistake.
So you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember.
Where's Layla right now?
She has climbed to the top of the crawler and is checking the environment with
Dude,
one
she
of
is
the
such a
pike's
little
scope.
rascal for real. She just doesn't care.
Okay. So
She's not been given a reason to care.
She's not in eye range right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see her, but she is looking through the scope at your surroundings.
Mary, how are you doing? Doing well enough?
Guns. I see from the distance we probably have a pretty good view of if they come from that direction. She gives a
Or pretty much any direction.
military point. From that direction, we can probably hunker down under that hill there. And I can probably get
You guys are just ready
rifle.
to jump on this? You guys are just ready to move out?
So Regalia remembers the encounter with Richard. Mary, what did you do for the past 8 hours?
If you're asking if I remember, I do remember.
Remember what?
She explains what we just went through.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, she does remember.
All right. Okay. My reason? Mind magic beyond my control. I don't know if I'm in that room right now or I'm not in that room right now, but I'm taking everything I see in front of me with current reality. So I'm doing what I do best, and that is serve. And
that's bullshit.
Serve and protect.
Something I can understand and something I can climb onto.
Why does he... I don't owe him anything. Least of all now. Here's what I say. He's confident that he can survive the end of the world. Right?
It's either that or choose death, sure.
Alright, well, if nothing else, I've been good at surviving. Same with Mary.
Yep.
I don't owe that man anything.
Hey, he probably has a disc describing as to why whatever is going on here.
Yeah, sure. Let's hear more of his bullshit. Why not?
Do you
go ahead?
The other side of it.
Yeah.
It does say for Regalia.
Oh.
Roll perception
for you, Regalia.
I'm perceiving the
Yes.
disc. I can't just listen to it. That's a natural 20.
That is a natural 20. You know Richard's handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretentious and it is exact.
Mm-hmm.
This is not that.
Okay.
It is scrawled on a piece of tape on the other end of the disc, saying for Regalia.
All right.
You know that.
We play the thing.
Yo, yeah, you stick that shit in?
Yeah, sure.
I know you don't want to hear me right now. I understand. I get that. I don't want to explain myself. I just want you to know I wasn't lying to you at any point. It was as real as it could have been. He has my brother. If I don't keep doing this, you know how it is. But I want you to know that the dream was real while we were together, while I was with you. I believe that world could be real. If you ever want to find me again, ask the seamstress. She'll know where I am. It might have been a dream, but who says we can't chase those?
Well, it's sort of just like taps her foot.
Can I see into this vehicle?
Yes.
So it's got windows and stuff. Because I stepped out for the message.
Right,
I didn't think it was my problem. But do I know? Does it look like this tape? I check in. Does the tape look like it ended? Like she stopped listening or stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just sitting there.
I'll rep in the window and. Do you open the door, roll in the window? Or?
Yeah, sure.
I stepped out because I didn't feel like that was for me. Alright. Well, I'm curious as to what it was about.
Genuinely, nothing concerning you.
Okay. Well.
I don't... I don't...
Take your time.
Everyone roll perception.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so Regalia gets 19. Spitfire gets... Christ almighty. That's...
Above 20?
Easily.
20.
23.
23.
Because of the +1. So
Right.
23 for him.
Oh,
Mary?
1.
Mary J. Schwanna with a 10. Let's go.
Give me a D at advantage.
12.
Wow, really?
Yep.
So, there's actually a fucking bobblehead on the dashboard of this crawler.
Okay.
It is a bobblehead of fucking Dexter Matthew.
Huh.
With his giant top hat and the fucking brass grin. While looking past Regalia, you see this bobblehead.
Yeah.
You see it start to wobble.
What is it? Wobble how? Like
The top of it starts to shake.
I'm gonna grab it and pull it off. Can I like pull the head off?
You realize that yes, there's a vibration coming in through the ground.
I'm kicking the gear.
No,
trying to get this thing to
You
drive.
hear behind you. This vibration is coming from a source.
Okay.
The sound finally hits you
Okay.
as you hear in the distance.
Okay.
And then you feel a breeze. And you turn to look. There's a figure growing on the horizon.
In the direction of Allenheim?
No.
Okay.
West. Across the wastes.
Across the wastes.
Alright, now hold on. Hold your horses, Seth.
Okay.
I think you might have gotten ahead of yourself here a little bit. Because that's when this happens. That's when that happens. And this is when this happens.
Yes.
So that's 2 days ahead of time.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Do each of you have like a phone or something?
We got blinked forward. Man.
No.
Do any of you have like a phone or like
We have a
any
phone.
clock device on you? Oh wait, you turn the rider on.
I turned right on, yeah.
Yeah, it has a date.
What?
You've been out for 2 days.
Fuck.
Just a look of fury. It just will almost just cross his face and then quickly fade away into just the same stoic discipline.
Yeah, no, you see a figure over the horizon.
What is it?
It kind of doesn't settle right for a second because you see something over the horizon, but you know that it is several dozen miles away, and yet the top half of it is cresting the horizon.
Cool.
And it continues forward, and yet again you see a blinding light escape the head, you would call it, of this thing, and strike the earth, and you feel those vibrations again, and then you hear the noise
Like
a
a
few
laser
seconds
beam or
later.
something?
It looks like a pillar of sun.
Well, that's
So
very
this pillar of
biblical.
sun runs and has an impact to the floor that shakes it.
And then you hear the noise a few seconds later.
Okay.
And is it coming towards us?
It is walking towards you.
Okay.
It's walking east. But yeah, you see more of it emerge. There's a massive object in its right hand. It is a giant, black, bipedal figure.
What's in its right hand then?
Just a long black object. It's really far away.
Is it a sword?
You can intuit. You know what? Fuck it. Roll perception again. You rolled a 21, so I'm going to let you roll twice. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
He doesn't
Slutty
get
20.
Uh,
Oh, sorry. The first one was Slutty 20. Yeah.
Right, anyway. Yeah, you can. It's got a giant fucking sword in its right hand that is dragging across the sand as it's approaching.
Okay.
You can sort of gauge, because of how far it is away, how long the sound is taking to reach you, and how large it looks. This thing is the size of a small mountain.
Good to know. He's going to put that in the
it's
back of his mind right now, and he's letting everyone else make
Does
their own
everyone else
perception.
see that?
Yes, it's real.
She's looking down the scope.
It's right behind
Good
us.
to know.
Yep, that's real. Okay. So, I can see Allenheim.
It's pretty far in the distance.
I know. Okay, it's pretty far in the distance. Can I use Allenheim and can I use the What's there?
Well, you're trying to
Sun?
trajectory?
Yeah. I'm trying to find Apentalis and trajectory. It's based on the map inside of my head.
Oh, you have a decent map of the Midlands? Alright, so from... You check the time.
I'm sure.
You check the location of the sun. You get a good bead on Alanheim. You walk out, you hold arm up, and you begin... You can make a good rough estimate to where it is.
So, I know where...
Also, after you finish doing that, you get back inside the Dune Rider. There's a map in the glove compartment.
That's great. Okay.
While all this has been happening, Regalia, assuming it hasn't been taken off my person during those 2 days, pulls out the open band that she's had with...
You have all of your possessions.
Like all of them?
All of them.
The shit we lost in the Inquisitor?
Oh, yeah, that lance you have in the passenger seat, that's yours. Mary, all of your gear is in the back of the Dune crawler.
Yeah, all of Mary's gear that she's going to continue to use during this campaign.
Anyway, but like all your shit's there. Yeah, your armor set is in the back.
Good.
Regalia, well, she had this on her person even before she was disarmed. She's going to take out the open band message she had to Georges and basically just message, I'd appreciate a pickup.
Yeah, you send that out and just... There's something else in your pocket.
Sex joke.
Shut the fuck... Yeah, no, she's just happy to see him. She's just happy to see him.
Is that a mysterious object in your pocket? Or are you just happy
Is that a mysterious object? Yeah.
Regalia, there's a gun in your pocket. Anyway.
Yes, there is.
Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you
Yes.
just happy to see it was a gun?
And I'm happy to see... And the eye is in your pocket.
Oh.
Like a little version?
She looks at that.
It looks familiar. You can draw a direct reference to what you've just seen.
Ugh. She has the impulse to just chuck it out in the desert again, but she pockets it. She's not putting it back in.
Right. But yeah, you guys, every few seconds or so, there's a very slight... as you see this thing in the distance take steps.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want to get laser beamed. So should we... This is me just asking my fellow party members out of character. Should we move the vehicle out of range and then wait for Georges to pick us up? Or should we...
I don't know what's out of range.
Well, I'm driving to Apentalis.
You're going to Avondale. All right, let's have this discussion in character then, assuming that the
Yeah.
looming figure isn't like an imminent...
Miles away.
Okay.
Miles and miles.
So... Did I see you pull up the open band?
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard her ask for like a pickup.
Did you ask for somebody to pick us up?
Yeah. If you can tag along if you want.
How come?
I'm not.
You have no interest in defeating this. Who's Damien? Do you know who you probably have a better idea of who he is than me.
Honestly, no. I don't.
Does Damien guys a small army that can control minds as well?
Something like that.
And so Richard also has a small army that can control minds as well?
What are you getting at?
Something's got to be done about both of those things.
And I'm sick of being the one to do it.
Okay.
I'm done being a pawn. Maybe it's a pointless act of defiance. Maybe I just like the idea of seeing the world burn without my help.
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
I mean, sure, the choice is yours. It's not like the thought of...
Not like you didn't just try to do that.
I could choose to go and leave it all behind too, sure. But... there's a call to life beyond all of this. The man-made affairs of using weird... Fuck it, whatever that... Greta something at the bottom... Yeah.
Roll me a 20.
Okay.
How is he supposed to figure that out?
10.
Okay. Is that just something inside your head, or am I continuing?
Continue for a little.
Okay. And the need to eat, sleep, and drink is still there. I'm reduced to my fundamentals here. I've just been shown that what I'm thinking of right now just may not be real. This people other than this invisible God.
Somehow, that's not what's fucking with me.
Well, it seems like you're burnt out and have your emotions strained on you. You want to break.
Yeah, it's not what I said. I'm sick of everything I've done
You want to break.
has been for someone else.
You haven't been acting for yourself? You can choose to align yourself with somebody else and do what they want and make it what you want.
Can I? I've been trying to do that my whole life.
I mean,
But it turns out that's a whole big lie. I was sent off to war as a kid for a publicity stunt. My dad's been dead for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I have ever wanted, and I haven't even wanted much. I want genuine relationships. I want people who care about me. All I've gotten so far is used. I've been used. That's it. And so, if nothing else, I choose to do nothing.
Why don't you make your own choices from now on then?
What do you think I've been trying to do? What do you think I thought I've been doing?
Okay.
I am the most free-spirited person I know, and yet I've been pushed around like...
You haven't been able to get what you want out of the situations you've been putting yourself into.
I don't want anything other than...
Sounds like love and affection, but nonetheless.
I just want people to be real.
Okay.
Roll for me as well.
That's a 4.
Beck,
Regalia
roll
has
again.
a stroke and dies. Back again, it's a nat 1.
It's a nat 1, holy shit.
Getting progressively worse.
Mary,
Mary, you want to do some...
you get a random flat roll.
Alright, here we go. If nothing else, Mary is random and flat.
Damn.
2.
Oh! Give me another roll.
Okay, Layla, let's try again. 16. Better.
Layla, on top of the roof, is just... Hello?
What's going on?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
We're having a
Like,
conversation down
like
here.
looking around. Did you? You didn't hear that?
Regalia grabs a gun on the wall.
Did you?
Describe what you heard.
I heard the voice.
What did it say?
And she focuses and she's looking towards the giant figure on the horizon. You didn't hear that?
No.
We're not hearing that, no.
You want to focus in and try to hear it, or
Sure, I'll roll again. Let's find out.
now this time roll with perception.
Yeah, that's a 12, my man.
It's a 12. Beck, roll with your stupid perception.
That's a 19 because he's got
All
a
right.
flat 1.
Regalia, you can
I already rolled.
hear
12.
the noise. You see the fucking face laser pop out. That's kind of fucking... Is that rad or is that scary to Regalia?
This thing reminds me of the Iron Giant.
If it was any other time, it would be rad. Right now, she couldn't give less of a shit.
Yeah. Beck, you focus in. You hear these noises, and it there's nothing. You hear the noises. You see this giant thing moving, and you sort of lose focus for a second as you're about to turn, and you hear it. It is like the echo of a shout from the top of a mountain. It is barely perceptible, but you hear a voice. And it doesn't...
I cue into that with razor sharp focus.
And you see both of them have stopped and are just looking out. it doesn't speak words, but what you hear is, I feel. That is the thought that you're able to determine from this.
Marcus thinks feel what? Oh, still listening to this creature almost.
And you think that, and it goes out. And then sort of in return, you realize the thought, I feel you.
You can... Are you what we see in the horizon?
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
So he just starts speaking. I am.
Okay. And back in realizing he's speaking out loud, he's gonna think, are you marching to Apentalis?
You feel I feel for you.
You'll see Marcus like knocked off, and like the stoic expression on his face gets dislodged into like a sense of
Is Marcus Beck a religious man?
Ex-religious. It's some, like, think of someone who's read the Bible in and out and knows everything anybody talks about, but like it's just something he's strayed away from due to current life experiences.
Layla has dropped off the top of the vehicle, and she's walked sort of dazed towards that direction, and she has dropped down, and you see her just assume the position of, and you would know this, you spent a couple days with her, the morning ritual of the Eastern Dune Lords is to observe the raising and the lowering of the sun. And she kneels down and she takes that position.
And who are you, strange I am that I am, entity that I have no idea who they are? Sorry, bad sentence.
What a sentence.
You get the feeling, and this is less word, more feeling, but it is translated to Adoni. And you would know, this is a sort of phrase, this is the old tongue, this is sort of like the high apostate language, sort of high blood. This is a phrase that has been passed around. Its meaning is, together we are better. It is derivative of Adonis, which is together we are perfection.
And I don't think he's at his head, there is no together with us, friend. I have something I must do if I may be free.
You are we.
We that mean.
Adoni.
Kind of like basking in that for a moment.
And you look, and you actually see the head has stopped and turned towards you.
Oh.
Beck, what are you doing?
Look,
Regalia, you haven't heard any of this. Have you stopped trying to listen?
She stopped trying to listen as soon as he started talking out loud and was looking in that direction. And so she was also looking in that direction.
And you see it stop completely and the head turn.
Beck, what are you doing?
I'm afraid that... Not really afraid, but... Glad to hear that it seems that God may be on our side.
You see its left arm raise up. And even from this distance, you can see just the scale of this. You see sand sort of whip up and then fall away. And it holds its arm out. And you less feel and more know. Just a presence that just brushes past the side of your face.
I think I might have just found something more important than doing whatever I think will lead to my survival, Regalia.
Yeah, you see that happen.
She looks back and forth like...
The giant over there seems to be very reminiscent of Adoni.
Adonis, which is...
Which is a figure I rejected long ago.
Yeah, Regalia, that is the name of the imperial deity.
Right, yeah.
This imperial deity, the Inquisition that is sent to ruin my life and my only method of enjoyment, what I did, yeah. there is this Adonite character which they supposedly follow that seems so genuine to me right now. Figured I'd return, be honest, since you've been being honest with me about what you've been going through. So that's what's going on in my neighborhood.
Alright, that's a lot, but you know, it keeps on getting more.
Is that the thing you wanted us to kill?
No, Mary, what? We're not killing the giant, no. We're going to Apentalis for Damien.
Yeah, Layla is absolutely still just like frozen in that position, but you can hear her reciting something under her breath.
Right now I'm thinking of 3 things. 1, I go with you. 2, I go with whatever Richard wants me to do. 3, I go with whatever figure this is. If anything has a good radar
This
on
guy,
it's
this creature, you said, what is that? What is it? How does it remind you of?
You would know there's some old, almost mythological, but basically religious text. This would be akin to the sort of like old Genesis retellings, where there's a lot of debate about actual fact and what has been retold over the centuries. But there was the idea of the Colossus. There was this figure that sort of like in the end times, the will of Adonis would sweep clean the earth. And it's very heavily debated or whether or not this is a sort of like symbolic figure or a literal figure. But this kind of matches the description.
So is this a Genesis account or Revelation kind of thing account? Is it
both?
So the Colossus created everything and then
No.
Colossus ended everything?
This is pretty much like the Revelation. This is the herald of the end times.
Okay.
Where and yet again, it's sort of debated, will it physically burn the earth or will it bring about salvation? People disagree. A lot of the different sects disagree.
There is a text in the end time scriptures about the will of Adonis being manifest in a Colossus. And as such, I have spent my previous 3 minutes talking to this creature. It has been described to me as Adonis. But, and I will continue to expound upon my perspective here. The feeling I've had as a child following this that I've...
You see in the distance, there's just a massive like cloud, or sorry, a mushroom cloud of an explosion striking the head of this thing. And you see it jerk aside and then begin moving again. And it's moving more northwards now, as it is peppered with explosions.
Okay.
Just like general ships passing by and stuff?
You can't really see that far, but like, you see like it's being assaulted by something.
Does this... Seeing the explosions, I can't see any of the planes.
You don't see anything except the Colossus. Basically...
Can I roll a wicked investigation or like...
Perception? Do you want to fucking...
roll to see if it looks like any sort of attack formation of a...
Do you want to
Imperium?
pick up the pike and take a look through the scope?
Yeah,
I'll give you advantage if you do that.
I'll do that.
So I would argue maybe command.
What do you mean?
I will give you
Command for what?
advantage on your perception.
The
because of
idea that like
Okay.
basically you are... Because it's,
Okay,
it's
you know
like
what?
it's a military strategy, right?
You know what? You're looking through your scope and you see... You don't see any aircraft near it.
Don't see any aircraft. I can't extrapolate any sort of like... I'm
can-
trying to figure out who they are as attacking.
You can
Who's
pause it.
attacking this?
It's the northmost side of it is being struck in rapid volley. And you can sort of intuit, based on where it is south of Apentalis. And it is being absolutely bombarded by what you can assume to be artillery shell. But anyway, Regalia, does that pique your interest at all?
Look, man, I'd love for it to, but here's the thing.
I don't think it does.
Regalia has been told and then literally shown with stupid alien magic that she has literally no agency and never has. So her mindset right now is nothing matters. I'm gonna go die in a ditch somewhere. Or if nothing else, I'm going to call Georges and cry and just reconsider my life.
Yeah, fair enough. You sent that message out on Open Band, didn't you?
Yeah, though I did specify so I can do this and no one else can pick it up, right? And you said yes.
Okay, I was about to say, did you send an Open Band or did you actually send a direct message?
Okay, maybe open band is the wrong term. I sent a continual message of like, hey, constantly, this is my location. This is where my location has been.
What are my specifications for that being hijacked? Because
I said, can it be? And you said no.
Can it be picked up by someone else? No, yeah. Yeah, so you're just sort of here in the desert, watching this Colossus march slowly north.
We're just all like sitting in our lawn chairs
All I'm
watching.
saying is that Colossus, Adonai, will of Adonai, Colossus.
Adonai.
So,
I will not. I will not.
A random like desert dweller just pops out of the sand to correct you and then goes back into the sand.
What, like, it was a Dune Lord literally just like pops up from the sand camouflage. Adonai.
it's been a while, forgive me.
That's fine.
In these moments of desolation and desperation, I would much rather believe that whatever I've experienced right now is greatness that I can get along with, rather than chasing some weird pipe dream fed to me from mind magic
Roll again
villain.
Alright, what are we rolling?
for Marcus.
Perception?
No.
Flat? Alright. 12.
I've been pushed into a mind cage that I don't know if I can ever escape.
What?
And I've interacted with this creature now. Who's to say I haven't been tainted forever? The idea that someone's out there that can mess with my mind anytime they please, and hell, maybe even if they chose to or care to, they could influence my life just as they have yours, Regalia.
Right. So,
And so
what's the best guarantee that won't ever happen?
instead of blowing my head open in this car right now, I would try to ally myself with Richard, seeing as he wants to survive and I do too.
Or
He's mistreated you.
you make sure that you aren't worth anything to him.
And do you feel used and thrown away by him?
Not thrown away. If anything, I'm invaluable to him, which means the only way I can hurt him is to do nothing.
Why don't you like him? He's your brother.
Are you shitting me?
I don't know your history or past.
Are you blind? Are you losing memories of what just happened?
You were aware that he did kill her father, or supposedly did, or, just sort of...
I thought we just said.
Oh,
I thought we said John
he was
killed-
not there for that conversation with you and Lucretia.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter.
No, like the first one. He doesn't know any of that.
Even still, the stuff with
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, I perceive. that
and
Richard
frankly, the
being
betrayal, the information about her dad is more distressing to her than anything with
Yeah.
Lucretia. Frankly,
I heard that Richard told me that John killed her father, and that Richard saw his father be murdered by John, and then Richard made a deal with
Regalia
John.
is angry that he didn't tell her and knew about it for years.
Marcus wouldn't know that.
Also, everything else that Richard's been doing.
Also kind of fucked up is the fact...
The human experimentation, maybe a little
Yeah,
bit.
And the fact that every time you interacted with your dad past that point,
Yeah,
wasn't him.
just another guy.
John, then. You talked with John.
Anyway, Regalia doesn't even humor a response from you. She just leaves the vehicle and walks over to Mary.
She's been hunched behind a hill with her looking at the giant with a sniper rifle sight for the last 30 minutes.
Just completely unprompted, she comes over and gives you a hug.
Oh.
Like a pretty tight one too.
Regalia, roll.
Marcus perceiving by himself that you think you'd appreciate the family you have, but
Rolling,
God.
I got a 5.
There's a thought in your head.
Yeah.
It doesn't force its way in or kind of present itself as you have grown accustomed to. It doesn't make itself known. But you have this thought, and it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very small thought, one that you would normally and in your state probably completely ignore. But you have the thought, what if I burnt it all down? What if I burnt every single one of them? The whole thing? What if I killed every person involved in this grand conspiracy and I burnt it to the ground? And that thought, usually, what would your reaction usually to be to that thought? That line of thinking?
Mostly it would just be like, alright, here's a new thought involving what I want / murder. Let's put it on the morality scale to make sure I am consistent.
It kind of bypasses the scale. Because you have that thought, and that makes you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you feel strong. Because you're feeding into that thought and the emotion which it gives, which is unadulterated wrath. And for a moment, you have that thought, and you can see yourself standing on the remains of everyone who has ever wronged you. And it passes, like any other thought would.
Hey, Mary. Still hugging you, by the way.
Just like from behind, just latched on.
She didn't hear you coming, so she sort of jolts.
Which is unusual for Regalia.
Dog. Give me a shot.
Oh,
I'm saying she's a moaner.
okay.
I got it.
I got it round 1.
I did
and
not
we're
get
at
it.
round 18 right now, and I'm just defending myself.
Here we go.
I think you should. I think you should take Layla and go see your family.
She turns. We came over here to get them.
Yeah. Now you have them.
Oh, I have one.
Well, you have Layla and Darlene.
I don't have Papa.
Yeah, he's with the other crew.
No, yeah, that's
You
what
you sent him and the rest of the crew to live in the dunes.
Oh,
That's
word.
what
In a
See, I just didn't remember that.
yeah. You sent them to live with the Regency.
Okay.
That,
I'll
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you should go check up on him. I don't. Maybe it's my envy of your situation, but I think you should appreciate the family you have if these really are the end times. I've roped you into enough of my bullshit. I don't want you. She looks over back towards Allenheim. I don't want you exposed to that nonsense again.
Well, I do appreciate you. She puts her sniper rifle down. I guess it has been a pretty good run. She looks up at the beast kind of tromping around. It doesn't really look like it's getting much closer, really, Regalia. I guess I just...
Yeah, I'm
sort
not.
of the instincts got to me.
Yeah, I'm not waiting for that thing. I think I'm gonna take a. Honestly, Georges could probably pick you up and drop you off.
She stood up and looked for fucking Layla and Darlene. I didn't forget their names.
Yeah, Layla's...
I was just thinking.
Layla's still in position. Darlene is sort of by the dune crawler. She's just sort of been just sort of pacing, kind of.
Mary takes a familiar-looking case out of her pocket and gives it to you. It's her warm room.
Honestly, I could use this.
You'll probably get better use out of it anyways. I think I've kind of gotten a bad taste in my mouth from it.
Really? Regalia, for the first time in a couple days, Regalia gets a genuine warm smile of oh wow, she's actually thinking about not doing this anymore. That's
too much of a good thing, Right. She sort of wanders off to Lily and Darlene.
Beck, what are you considering right now? You are considering what direction to go?
He's still hung in the fact. I need to work this out as a character, but I might be forgetting some things Austin might be.
Mm-hmm.
But like from Breck's perspective, having lost his son and wife, and both his parents being dead, and having no future desire to get out there and.
I would like to remind you, you still have your court.
Yeah, and then that, and then kind of like having that like dark shadow recognizing where he doesn't really feel attached. to them
That too, and he
but-
also, if I remember correctly, Richard just straight up said like, yeah, no, I'll get some
I will
paperwork
reinstate you.
That's yeah.
done. Do you want to take the whatever color pill it is and just ignore everything that just happened?
Black pill.
Are you?
Well, no, he's
I
not
don't
gonna.
know, I was
He
gonna
can't go
do-
back and re-enlist in an army.
Yo,
that-
well, here's what I'm saying.
he can, but like there's like a self limit he has on himself.
He has
Like,
been disillusioned.
He's been serving this military as like
Right.
a mechanism of escaping what he's been fighting.
What do you want?
He wants to grow old and die in peace at this point.
And
Well,
how do you
You already
want to get...
succeeded at the grow old part.
Yeah, the fucking my brain just have like a clown nose and a clown hat and then a clown wig on your head and it's immediately in real time. Okay, anyways, but
So you want to die in peace.
Mark, he's lived enough life, and then he's absent of all desires. He doesn't have any long-term goals anymore, and right now he wants a break from it all. And what
Honestly,
currently is,
That sounds like not far off from what Regalia is thinking.
and that's why it's almost like he wanted to really chime. He felt like he could empathize with her, but like
But what's holding him back?
this sense of recognizing that he doesn't have all. He's not able to just give her any peace. But like he's finding peace in the idea of this old Revelations character, the sense of Adonai. The plot chip isn't it?
What is holding you back from retiring right now?
There's nothing holding back.
Shenanigans?
Nothing anymore. If you talked to him before he met the Adonai
Right.
character,
But that's what I'm saying.
because previously, what was continuing him was just this instinctual sense of survival. Like he needs to get out of this dystopic sense of mind. He tries to get up. He sits down again. he
You
needs out of that
feel a
situation.
clarity.
But
You are able to think with perfect clarity.
and he can recognize he's away from it as a distance of that thing, and wrestling with.
You feel like this is an unnatural purity of thought. You are alone with yourself.
Yeah, for a long while.
So what does he want?
Marcus probably right now wants to go and talk more with this foreign creature of Adonai. But that's what, because he was really invested as a kid.
Yeah, like what is your
But
what is your life goal right now? What do you want?
something's captivated him right now. He wants to talk to Adonai, this giant creature. So
You feel the strength you require to do this.
yeah.
You think about that and you have no inhibition.
Mm.
You are given the drive necessary.
Mm.
And the more you lean into that idea, the stronger it becomes. And you pull away from it and it weakens.
Layla.
Yeah. She sort of like looks over.
So you know who Adonai is?
That is what you call them.
Who else are there?
They are the sun.
All I know is.
They are creator. They are creation.
Alright, well, I'm heading to creation, so if you want to hop in the passenger seat, feel free.
And yeah, no, she picks her stuff up and she's going right towards that.
No, hold on a second. Medinick is gonna push pause on this. This is gonna be a whole other big problem now, because Mary was like, alright, I found them, let's go home.
What do you mean found them, go home?
The people I was
Layla.
looking for.
And
Layla?
Darlene.
Oh, you're looking for Layla? And
Yeah.
Yes,
you go home?
that was the point.
So Layla's your sister or something?
No, the it's like the
Part of the
group
group that she grew up
that
with.
she lives with.
Yeah.
Well then, it sounds like Layla and Mary have a conversation.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm-
I think it's probably fine because Layla's always been kind of a free agent.
I'm just saying, Zion was explicitly like, yeah, grab them and then come back.
Layla was like the one that's always kind of like not talk to anyone else in the group.
Yeah.
So I feel like if she went back and they were like, oh, where'd Layla go? And she was like, oh, spiritual journey. They would be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
To be fair, this is sort of the apex of the Dunish.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole thing that they did.
I suppose if Mary is just like, hey, yeah, I found her. She's all right. She's off doing her own
That's
thing.
probably the best thing for Layla to do. That's probably going to make her the happiest.
She can still be a character instead of being sequestered to the off-screen.
Yeah, no, she's in the Dune Crawler.
And Mary, you're going on with Regalia?
Yes.
Alright, well, we're heading out.
Yeah, you do actually see high up. You receive a direct ping again. Can you roll perception just really quick?
I'll roll perception, yeah.
Whoa. Damn, that's fucking tight, bro. God damn.
You got a 5.
Yes. You got a 5. You know what? Fuck it. We have unlimited time and unlimited rolls for perception. The ship pulls up. You see among the clouds a giant flying banner of Regalia. You see the Cobalt Menagerie. So Beck can look up at this descending ship with a giant side profile of naked Regalia.
Regalia, who the fuck is this guy? He's got a naked picture of you on the side of his ship. Is this a good influence for you?
I was about to say, it's fine, I gave him permission. It's technically not true, but I still don't mind.
Alright.
It's more free publicity. I don't know.
Oh yeah, publicity is just what she needs.
Publicity.
You know the depression's real when I can't even follow through with a sex joke. She like rubs the bridge of her nose.
Yeah.
Alright, man. I'm sorry for ruining your life.
You didn't do that. It's not your fault. That's
something Regalia has never been told.
She actually like stops and thinks about it. You know what? You're right.
Yeah, this is just Richard doing what he wants to do. You trying to do what you want to do, and then they might be greater influence. But I just want you to know that even if it's the smallest things that you can control, you ultimately are. And you may not be able to walk where you want to walk, but how you think and feel is up to you. So I hope you have a fruitful... Well, it feels like the world's ending in a couple hours, so fruitful next couple hours, but I hope you are well.
You feel a warmth from that.
But like a weird supernatural sort of warmth?
Kinda. It's just like sudden.
I don't need it.
It feels nice. Like this is the first like positive body reaction you've had.
Regalia hears him. How you feel is up to you. Suddenly feels a strong emotion that is not hers.
Sorry, not an emotion. Literally physically warm. Like you just get a whoa.
She's like, warm breeze? I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah.
I wish I had some fancy, eloquent something to say to you also, but all I gotta say is don't die. Have fun.
I do hope you're alright.
Mecha Jesus.
But
oh, he's gonna have like a whole adventure with
Layla.
whatever. Yes, I didn't forget. I was thinking.
And Marcus will head towards him.
The dune.
Think towards the giant creature and just.
You head in and put it in gear.
I'm coming home. And that's about it.
Yeah, the crawler kicks in gear and he drives off.
Yeah. So the ship lands.
Yeah.
I can't imagine we'll be having a whole lot of stuff going on this vessel.
There is a very relieved meeting between you and Georgius.
Yeah, she also is just like, hey man, I just need a hug for like 2 seconds.
He hits you with that first.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's just like, oh my god, you're still okay. Holy shit, fucking war broke out.
Yeah, it's let's grab some alcohol. I can tell you all about it because oh gosh.
Also, there's these weirdos on board.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, no, so I guess we just sort of, unless there's any objections, we sail towards the Saga Mahavadaba.
Oh yeah, Salahagal. Yeah, no, you just start, you set your course for that. Because of your elevation, you can see with a little more clarity, yeah, you see this colossus moving in the distance. It's being just absolutely assaulted from every angle.
Mm.
And it is absolutely slowing its progress.
Mm.
But, yeah, you make your way. The sun sets. You land. And there's a ton of commotion. I'm just going to speed through all of this real quick.
Sure.
There's a ton of commotion. People have started leaving the city in droves. The army itself has been routed, and they're heading west. Pretty much every Dune Lord is going. The East Regency almost evacuated.
Mm.
But they're in a mass exodus. They're going west. And so the Central Regency has actually been pretty well maintained due to extenuating circumstances.
Why are they leaving?
The rapture, basically. Or more basically the Eastern more than the others, but also the Western guys. They believe this is it. This is the cycle point.
Okay.
They're going to go fight in the war to end all wars.
So, and they go to fight who?
They fight with the Creator against the Destructor. Basically, they...
Oh,
lot of small
so they're
details.
fighting with the giant creature.
Uh-huh. Anyway, yeah, you land, and so yeah, there's a ton of commotion. People are leaving. There's a ton of shit happening, but it's not that hard to find the Speakeasy crew. They're the only Northlanders pretty much living here at the moment, except for one person, but we're not going to worry about them.
What? Oh,
So yes, Mary, it's not hard to track them down. And yeah, there is a question as to where Layla went. And I assume you explain.
I explained spiritual venture.
And they're like, yeah,
Do
people
more
have been
things.
getting up and just leaving.
Yeah, Rapture probably did.
How's Hound doing?
He isn't awake.
Oh.
So yeah, they've had a physician working on him for a while. But yeah, no, they're really happy to see you.
Yeah, she brought back one person. She brought back, actually not even a person. She
Darlene.
brought back Darlene. She
Hey,
brought back a
hey,
hold on,
hey,
hold on.
hey, all right.
That's a little...
Okay.
You need to leave.
You need to leave.
Okay. Don't boo me, I'm right!
You're gonna upset Mecha Jesus,
Oh.
who is very real and tangible. He's gonna fucking face laser you.
Face laser dog.
Mecha Jesus is gonna face laser you. Yeah, no, so I'm assuming, yeah, you just... Where's Regalia going? I'll tell you this. They offer her a room.
She wants to find Seamus.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, you were given their place of residence.
Yep, she has
That's a good idea.
the enlistment card.
You know who shows up at your door? Yeah, like, you settle down, I'm assuming, like, you sort of rest and recoup.
Yeah, probably for a
bit.
couple of days.
You know who shows up at your fucking door?
Who?
Fox.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he heard you were in town and he shows up.
Oh,
And like,
That works
hey,
out.
how the fuck are you doing? What's going on?
terrible. Here's the plot.
Holy shit, he wasn't kidding. Hey, you remember... and he goes, hey, you remember Candace? No.
No.
What the fuck? What are you talking... She's been around me for years. Anyway, long story short, her girlfriend found a magic sword and she talked to God.
All right. Yeah, I talked to another guy who talked to God. Marcus
Huh.
Beck, you know him, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
of-
that's going around everywhere.
Yeah.
Kind of wild how that's happening. What are you doing now? You want to find Seamus?
Yeah, I want to find Seamus.
Who the fuck? The dude from the fucking 27th? Why?
We hit it off, and not in the normal way for me.
I would hope he's Seamus.
I think I want some well-earned retribution.